So this is game 3, as the last game on Saturday that we had. I actually have been sitting at the middle tables. I think I started at table like 12 and moved maybe one table down and then one table over for game 3. And this is against Frank's Warriors of the Dark Gods. It was myself, and then I think Ian was on the table right next to me playing Brandon for my second game. So the Warriors in the beginning had started out fairly even in the like mid-ish, like just above mid on the boards. But anyways, Frank's got a much more diverse, unorthodox, if you ask me, Warriors list. 2 units of 17 Pestilence chosen with, I think, they might have had great weapons. No, they had halberds. Then they had two big units of Marauders, and then a crap load of the Hellstriders. Like, way more than I would have assumed anyway he would put. But it seemed to work out for him decently enough. He had two. I think the biggest thing was he had 2 level 2s of Shadow, who just spammed the crap out of Miasma, and it just, dear lord, that crap was annoying. Yeah, so he also had 3 chariots, all lust, which, I mean, with the way chariots are, having a rerollable charge that hits like a missile is freaking amazing. Let's see. He had 1 unit of those Nurgle chosen actually had poison attacks as well, and then I'm not sure how I felt about the Burning Blade on his Chaos Lord. To me, there's so many people that, or so many armies that have, or ways to get Fireborn, basically, like a 2-up ward versus Flaming. Having like our main weapon be a Flaming sword, kind of just, that's the reason I've never taken it. It's just, there's no way to get around a 2-up item. I mean, or like 2-up versus Flaming. And I mean, you get the Dragon Mantle, which his Lord actually had as well, for 10 points, and then you get a freaking gem for 5 points. So, personally, I think the Burning Blade needs to be changed to either not have flaming or have the ability to be something else. Like, just the fact that it's this awesome weapon, but then it has flaming. It's like, why does it have to have a drawback, in my opinion? But it's whatever. Let's see. Then his Harbinger also had, or yeah, his BSB had Scaly Skin and the Nine Tails standard. So that is pretty much all we had in regards to his army. But you know my list. So without further ado, here's the actual game. Also for game 3, it was classic deployment, and the bonus objectives were gain additional battle points for each scoring unit in your opponent's deployment zone, and then gain 1 additional battle point if your opponent does not have any scoring units in your deployment zone. And I actually used card 1, which was a bonus 500 victory points for controlling more table quarters than your opponent at the end of the game. And it was to control a table quarter, you must have a scoring unit there. Most scoring units in a quarter controls that quarter. In the event of a tie, neither play control. Okay. And then I also got the special rule was I could vanguard 1 solo character or unit, core unit. So there's that. Anyways, one other thing I also forgot. Turn 1, like the first set of the video is actually, like after deployment, is actually after his turn 1, or after my turn 1. He went first. So I think I forgot to actually record his turn 1. But anyways, you'll see.
Hell Riders, Barbarians with the both wizards in it. 2 units of Chosen with Nurgle Halberds, and the Generals in the first one, and the BSB is in this one. Another Lust Chariot, more Hell Riders, and another thing of 21. Or was it 20? 21? 21 Barbarians?
Yeah, I think you gotta pull an extra guy out.
And then over here, Blood Beast is over here with the dogs. And those guys, I got the Vanguard off on him for the card. Chosen here, Wrath, Barbarians there, and everybody else here. And he won first turn.
Alright, I just wanted to point out one thing. Like I said, I forgot to actually record his turn. So these guys right here, on his turn they fled from his chariot charge, and then on my turn they continue to flee, and luckily only went a very short distance, for me at least. It's lucky. But that's where they end up there. So on to the full Warriors of the Dark Gods turn 1 for both of us.
These guys moved up here. You guys moved up here. Magic, I got -1 to all stats on them. Moved up like this. Combat, did 1 wound, lost 1. Moved like such. He's got all this crap on him. And then these guys all moved up like such. So off to other warriors. Here, these guys moved up. These guys shifted. These guys moved up a little bit. These guys moved up like so. And this combat destroyed the last Strider, but I did put an extra wound on him. And Magic was a bust. So off to my warriors turn 2. Here and took 3 wounds, but 1 he's stuck. Magic, I miscast, got the -1 toughness on him and lost the spell. These guys overran, or hit the Hell Riders, overran, and then hit the chariot, or the chariot panicked and fled. Let's see, these guys took out the Hell Riders, they ran, and then overran like such. So it's off to his warriors turn 2? Or 3, turn 3. Charge over here, move back over there, killed my chariot here. Let's see. Magic did nothing, right? Oh no, Magic took down my weapon skill on him by 3. Dogs died, and he ended up winning combat, and they fled, he caught him. And he rallied. So off to my warriors turn 3. That charge didn't work out. How many X did you kill here? 2?
I killed 2.
3. Okay. So there should be 3 off of there. Charge here didn't work out as planned. Died before they could do anything. And now it is Warrior's turn. These charged, no, these guys fled. These guys charged the chariot. They charged the dogs and they fled, and then redirected in the chariot. Chariot then fled. As you can see, my big block of Chosen are gone. Combat over here, I won. Or no, I lost the combat. But I held. And then he's actually like this on the corner. And now it is off to my turn 4, right?
4 or 5.
Alright, something I didn't actually mention in the video, but as you can see, there's only 5 Marauders left here. My Sorcerer was killed. I think I popped him out of the unit before his Generals Chosen charged him, but he still got wrecked by the 2 Slaanesh Hell Riders or whatever. And then in the combat, my now 5 out of 15 Marauders fled from the combat. He chose not to chase and just reformed and turned around to face my Chosen and my General. So anyways, off to the my turn 4.
My Sorcerer's dead. These guys are -3 to all their stats, and I finally killed the goddamn chariot. So my last turn.
So this is actually turn 6 technically. I don't think we actually, we quote unquote played through it, but turn 5 was my General and my chosen charged his general's unit. I think I fed him a champion, at which he then took with his general. And then my Wrath chosen, even though they were like negative, I think they were -3 to all their stats from miasma, still basically wreck face on the against the his pestilence chosen. And then my general did the same. The marauders rallied, and then after turn 5, turn 6, my chosen would have charged his block of, like, I basically reformed, charged his big block of marauders, who he rolled crappy, I rolled better. I caught him. Obviously, it doesn't show it in this, but we were tight on time. His chariot tried charging my marauders to get the full points for them. He failed the charge, as I said, or I say after this. But other than that, the game was, because of me getting his chosen, I think the game spun back to the middle. So it was more of a tie, but I'll go over that in a second.
Alright, so last turn of the game, we basically said these guys charged his marauders and wiped them out. He failed the charge to them. Those guys moved away, and that's pretty much the end of the game. It's a lot closer at the end than I thought it would be. So we'll see what the points are after this.
So as you can see, I actually got more victory points than him. It turned out to be a tie. The thing that pushed him over on me with battle points was the fact that he had his one unit of chosen in my deployment zone, and I had none in his, so he got 2 extra battle points just for that. So that in itself, well, I think when we actually did the added the points up, I actually didn't even think about the fact that I beat him by victory points, just barely. But that doesn't matter because his battle points were more than me, just because he got those 2 damn scoring units in my zone. But Frank was a great opponent. He's a whole hell of a lot more analytical and technical, or tactical rather, than I was, or am. And he's much better at math. I suck at fucking math. I'll be the first to tell you that. But he was a fun opponent to play. Great last game. Very interesting to play against Warriors of Chaos when you know what nasty crap you can bring, and then your opponent has the exact same stuff. It's kind of it can be kind of scary and kind of relieving at the same time, because you know what's coming and you should know how to deal with it. But sometimes the dice gods don't agree with that. So game 3 ended our Saturday. So next game will be game 4 versus an all hand-to-hand combat dwarf army. And when I say all hand-to-hand combat, he has a huge block of slayers, and then a small block of slayers with 2 characters in it. And let's just say I was fine with smashing face, but with the amount of stuff that combination can bring, it kind of scared me. So tune in to see what happens on the next game. If also, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And for the 2 to 4 people who constantly downvote my videos, if you don't like my videos that much, fine, but stop watching them. Otherwise, go ahead and tell me why the fuck you keep downvoting them. I mean, either way, it doesn't really bother me all that much. It's just annoying to get downvotes and then no comments. This is to say, hey, this is why I'm downvoting. Maybe you could make a suggestion that I'll take and throw into the freaking report or something like that. But anyways, for the rest of you, thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.